These are the Tarot, Tea Leaf and Oracle forecasts for the month of September 2019. We have a look at the energies that will be swirling around you. It will affect some of you the whole story, others of you only certain aspects of it will touch on your life. So if you'd like a personal or private reading or that incredible soulmate reading, or even to subscribe to the weekly star sign update so that it can help you navigate your way through challenges or situations, or even take a peek into your future to see what happy occasions are going to turn up for you, then please contact me via the link in the description box below. That is via the website. You will see you can purchase and order your readings there. Right, Cancer, I'm going to start with your tea leaf cards and your oracle cards, then move on to relationship reading and finish up with your tarot cards. So let's read what it says on your tea leaf cards. Now these are the predictive elements coming into your month. So the rainbow says the most difficult part of a situation is over. The ant says work, achievement, success. The broken ring says parting of the ways in either romance or business. The dragon says beware of self-delusion. The money path says a path with money is waiting for you to find it. The forest says muddled, unclear thinking. And the victory says victory in some endeavor. And the two oracle cards you get is peace and why. So what we see here is there's a certain situation that has found resolution within your life. In September you realize that. You realize that whatever you had to go through with that situation, it's kind of reached its end now. There's probably something of it left over, but the part where you felt really challenged is done and dusted. The way forward, wherever you put your effort, that's where you will achieve success. You have found that you have parted with ways with somebody, and you've sort of faced up to certain realizations or certain truths. You possibly deluded yourself in some way where this person or this situation was concerned. And now you're more realistic about it. The way forward also sees a money path opening up for you. You've perhaps felt a bit muddled and a bit unclear about how to earn more, and it's going to clear up because we have the victory card. The final card is victory in some endeavor. So yeah, your thinking has been a bit muddled. It has been a bit unclear as how the way forward in making. Perhaps you need to earn more, perhaps you need a raise, perhaps you need to just find a second source of income. And in September, that muddled thinking clears. It goes away. You have more clarity on it. You see that path ahead, how to earn more. You put effort into it. You have success with it. You have victory and success with whatever it is that you set out to do. And that's on the material side of things, okay? The peace card says you find peace and resolution. We see that already. We've spoken about that. So in September, you come to terms with the situation. You find peace with the situation. The why card says you may not have found answers. You may not have found out why that situation arose. You may not have found an answer to the situation, but you find peace with the situation. You find resolution. You move onward from it. You move on from whatever it was, knowing that maybe now you don't know the answer to it, but one day you'll look back and you'll see why it worked out the way it did. But you find peace with it, definitely. Right, the relationship cards that come up for you, I'm going to read what it says on the cards, and then I'll first speak to those of you that are looking for relationships, then I'll speak to those of you that are in relationships. So what it says on the first card, children, your love life is being affected by children. The second card, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. True love, this is the romance of a lifetime. Engagement, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So for those of you looking for relationships, this is a lovely, lovely set of cards. There is either here a case of somebody with children, or you have children, or alternatively, it could also be a childlike element, an enjoyable childlike element involved in this particular relationship that is headed your way. This could be someone who's involved with children. This could be someone who somehow comes into contact with your children, a school teacher, an after-school teacher, whatever the case may be. It's some kind of connection with playful young energy, either literally or figuratively speaking. You've met this person before, you've crossed paths with him before. This person is the one that you can have this amazing, real romance of a lifetime with. And it could even lead one day to an engagement, which obviously would lead to a marriage. It has a much more permanent kind of energy connected to it. So for those of you looking for relationships, this is the month that somebody could make a real appearance in your life. You have met them before, but this time you will have more contact with them, and it seems in somehow or some way to have to do with children or childlike energy, or in a place where there is children. For those of you in committed partnerships and relationships, if you have children within them, if you don't have children, this is going to be a key sort of pivotal part of your relating in September. You realize the person that you're with is the one. You realize this is the romance that you always wanted in your lifetime, and some kind of connection deepens. It comes courtesy of children in September. Either maybe you fall pregnant, maybe you have children, maybe your children do something which makes you feel a much stronger bond with your partner. The kind of bond that makes you realize this is the one that you've always wanted to really, really be with. Especially if times have been a bit challenging for relationships, which for many people it has been in the last few months, if not years. Right, so also very nice cards. Your relationship has the potential, the energies are around to cement that bond and sort of reach that lovely connection that you have, that a relationship can have in the month of September. Now, the tarot cards basically tell the underlying story that will be weaving through all parts of your life in September. This is the experience that you signed up for the month of September. So the first card that you get is the 8 of Water. You get the 11 of Water in this particular tarot deck, which is Emotion, Intellect. You get the 9 of Air, and you get the 5 of Water. Lots of watery cards in here, but that's Cancer, isn't it? So that 8 of Water speaks about joy and happiness and well-being, and generally the fountain flows with happiness. It's that you can reach that kind of feeling in your life in September. You do so, interestingly enough, the Emotion, Intellect card says you balance emotion and intellect. In other words, you don't let one override the other. So your emotions are there, but your intellect is there, but you balance the two nicely. You don't get over emotional about anything, and you don't analyze anything to death either. You strike that balance. What's interesting about the 9 of Air is it speaks about imagining your fears away. Now, fears are normally imaginary anyway. But what you manage to do in September is you kind of look at your fears and you think to yourself, you know what? 90% of this will never materialize. It's all in my head. I'm just going to let them go. You start imagining what could happen in life without the fears. You imagine life without all those fears in it. You just use that imagination that was being used to create the fears to actually create a different picture of life. And it actually does. Your fears disappear, and they don't manifest either because of that. That final card, the 5 of Water, speaks about letting go. It speaks about letting go of something that possibly emotionally you were hanging on to, and it was causing you, perhaps very on a deep level. It didn't even have to be on a daily level, but it was there, and it was draining you a little and making you a bit sad and making you a bit unsatisfied. But we've seen that thread running right through your reading. September's the month you finally let it go. Whatever it is, you just let it flow away from you or let it flow through you. You find resolution. We've seen that already. You find peace with whatever it was. It has to do, I think, with a situation involving maybe more than one person, something you hoped would over time work itself out. It has worked itself out, it will work itself out, but not quite in the way that you would ideally have wanted it to. But you find resolution with it, you find peace with it, you imagine a future in a different way now, without the fears of its sort of worst case scenario, which is not the way it would turn out or has turned out. You imagine a different future now, and you let that go that you were hanging on to, that was basically on some level making you unhappy or dissatisfied. So it's a very nice month for you guys, finding peace, finding resolution, seeing a brighter future, balancing that emotion and intellect is kind of what we all strive for on a daily basis, and you guys are going to get it right in September. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. If you would like any of those readings I offered at the beginning, the personal, private, soulmate, or subscription to weekly updates for your star sign, please contact me via the links in the description box below. That is via the website. I want to thank you for watching, listening, commenting, liking, subscribing, and for those of you that share this video, I truly appreciate it. Those of you that comment, I read every single comment. Thank you very much.